happy time for all the devotees. And many devotees go to the Dham, Vrindavan Parikrama, they will go, they will do. And some people will do Giriraj Govardhan Parikrama. So most recently we celebrated Govardhan Puja at the temple. It was very, very nicely organized by the temple management. We hired a very nice hall at the Timber Yard, Port Melbourne, and thousands of devotees came, and we had an Annakut ceremony for Govardhan. So many devotees cooked for the pleasure of Shri Giriraj Govardhan. We offered the bhoga to the Lord. We circumambulated the Lord. सबने परिक्रमा की, बहुत मजा आया, बहुत आनंद आया. So I know many of you could not come, and hence we have very kindly got Shri Giriraj Govardhan from our altar here today, so that you can all take blessings of Shri Giriraj Govardhan. So many people don't know. So the first thing I always tell, when you enter a Vaishnava's house, you should look at the altar. You should find altar में कौन कौन है, और सबसे पहले प्रणाम करना चाहिए उनको, है ना. तो ऐसे करना चाहिए ताकि हमसे अपराध भी ना बने. भगवान साक्षात बैठे हैं ना इधर, तो हमें इमीडिएट आके पहले दंडवत प्रणाम. जो जेंट्स है शुड डू दंडवत प्रणाम, एंड द लेडीज कैन डू पंचांग प्रणाम, ऐसे. सो वी शुड ऑफर अवर ओबेसेंसेस. इफ यू हैव नॉट येट ऑफर्ड, यू कैन स्टिल ऑफर. अभी भी कर सकते हैं, ठीक है. जहाँ बैठे हैं वहीं से पंचांग करके कर सकते हैं. सो वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Okay, so I think today we will just do some pastimes of Govardhan Puja, what happened during the Govardhan Puja, and that way we can take pleasure of and some lessons from the pastimes of Giriraj Govardhan and Indra. ऐसे. Let me just share this screen. Bhagwan Krishna, who has lifted Giriraj Govardhan. Govardhan is a mountain, and then underneath you can see all the, who are there underneath. कौन है गोवर्धन पर्वत के नीचे? हाँ, कौन है, कौन खड़े हैं भगवान कृष्ण के साथ? ब्रजवासी खड़े हैं. तो ब्रजवासी में भी और कौन खड़े हैं, टू बी स्पेसिफिक? हाँ, बलराम जी है. वेरी नाइस. एंड हु एल्स? गोपियां, the gopis, yes. And who else? Nanda Baba, Yashoda Ma. And who else? Radha Rani, yes. And who else? गौ माता. एक ही आदमी बात कर रहा है, बाकी कौन नहीं देख रहे क्या इधर फोटो में? और कौन? अभी यहाँ से नहीं आवाज, इधर से आवाज चाहिए. और कौन है खड़े हैं? गोपाज, गोपा सखाज, ऐसे. And Krishna is very young. It looks, Krishna looks big in the photo, but Krishna is very small at that time, 6-7 years old. 6-7 years old Nanna Balak. And what is the most peculiar thing you see in this photo? For my teenager friends here, Krishna, what is the most peculiar thing you see in this photo? Krishna has lifted the Govardhan on his left hand. There is a saying in Hindi, मेरे बाएं हाथ का खेल है. मतलब क्या? It is very easy to do it, right? Right hand is the most dominant hand, na? So when we say something we can do with the left hand, that means it's a very easy task. अमिताभ बच्चन बोलता है ना, मेरे बाएं हाथ का खेल है तो. So Krishna is doing it in the left hand, but the pinky finger of the left hand. Okay. And it is actually, the Acharyas explain that Giriraj Govardhan was not even on the pinky finger, on the nail of the pinky finger. तो nail है ना, थोड़ा सा ऊपर 2 mm ऊपर है, तो उसके ऊपर है गिरिराज गोवर्धन, ऐसे उठाया है. So directly jumping into the past, and this katha is in Srimad Bhagavatam, so it's a very big katha, बहुत बड़ी कथा है. So when Krishna lifted, then everybody was there. So what is the most peculiar thing about this as compared to all other लीलास? भगवान ने तो कई सारे लीलाएं करी, but इस लीला में ऐसा क्या खास है?
Importance of Giriraj.
हाँ
लोग उस समय इंद्र भगवान को भगवान मानते थे,
हाँ
but Giriraj was the source for Vrindavan Vasis.
Yes.
So just to prove that point, Krishna lifted that Giriraj.
वेरी नाइस माता जी, वे शैली माता जी की जय, बहुत अच्छा आंसर दिया। यस, दैट इज गुड पॉइंट। और क्या है, और खास बात क्या है, व्हाट इज, देयर इज समथिंग वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट एंड वेरी वेरी यूनिक इन दिस लीला। आई एम सर्चिंग फॉर दैट आंसर। दिस इज ऑल्सो गुड आंसर, बट द आंसर दैट आई वांट, क्यों स्पिरिचुअलिटी है ना, सब आंसर राइट है। हाँ, इंद्र का घमंड नहीं, बट इसके अंदर, अब इसके ये फ्रेम के अंदर क्या दिख रहा है आपको, ये फ्रेम के अंदर जो है ना, टू गिव यू अ हिंट, ये फ्रेम के अंदर एक
भगवान के ऊपर भरोसा करके सारे भगवान की छत्र छाया में खड़े हैं।
सारे खड़े हैं। यस, दैट इज ट्रू। सो द मोस्ट पिक्यूलियर थिंग हियर इज all the important personalities, all the Brajvasis are present here. That is the first thing. सारे लोग भगवान के साथ में हैं। भगवान के पेरेंट्स नंद बाबा, यशोदा माँ, राधा रानी, सारे गोपियाँ, सारे गोपास, गौ माता, everybody that is dear to the Lord is there. That is first point. And second point is, ये कितने टाइम हुआ था ये गोवर्धन? हाउ मेनी डेज, हाउ मेनी नाइट्स? 7 days 7 nights. Everybody was with the Lord for 7 days 7 nights. No other Leela is there where 7 days 7 nights people get continuous association of the Lord. Continuous association. Can you imagine the what do you call the luck? I don't know why should I say lucky. Everybody is so lucky that everybody is there with Lord for 7 days 7 nights continuously. What was the problem earlier? Earlier the problem was, it was a spiritual problem. Problem was that Krishna used to go to the forest for gau charan, for to graze the cows. So भगवान कृष्ण सुबह चले जाते थे, तो यशोदा माँ जो थी वो विरह में हो जाती थी। यशोदा माँ, she was like, oh God, Krishna is going, and she used to feel the vira. Now he's going to go to the forest, he's going to come back in the evening. Okay, so Yashoda Ma is in vira bhav, and Nanda Baba is also in vira bhav. Krishna is going on his own, but who is happy? All the gopas are happy. जो कृष्णा के फ्रेंड है ना, सारे हैप्पी, क्योंकि सुबह ही आके 5 बजे खड़े हो जाते थे बाहर, कृष्ण कब आएंगे बाहर, हम गौचरण के लिए निकलेंगे। तो somebody is sad, somebody is happy. So Yashoda Ma is sad that Krishna is going, he will come back in the evening, but who is happy? Gopas are happy that Krishna is going to be with them. Another set of living entities are happy, they are the cows. सारे गौएं खुश है। Why? Krishna is going to walk amongst them. सारे गौ खुश है। So cows are happy. Who else is happy? गौचरण करने के लिए भगवान कहाँ जा रहे हैं? डीप फॉरेस्ट में जा रहे हैं। तो वहाँ के पंछी से लेके सारे पेड़ पौधे, एवरीबडी इज हैप्पी बिकॉज कृष्ण इज गोइंग टू वॉक अमंग्स देम। एवरीबडी इज हैप्पी। ऐसे व्हाट अबाउट द गोपीज? गोपीज आर सैड बिकॉज कृष्ण इज नॉट गोइंग टू डू माखन चोर लीला, ही इज गोइंग टू गो टू द फॉरेस्ट। तो गोपियों भी विरह भाव में है। ओके, सो नाउ एट दिस टाइम व्हाट इज हैपनिंग ड्यूरिंग दिस टाइम दैट यशोदा माँ इज प्रेइंग टू द सन गॉड, जल्दी से डूब जाओ, शाम हो जाए तो मेरा लाला घर में आवे। एंड गोपाल आर ऑल्सो प्रेइंग टू द सन गॉड, खबरदार डूबे तो हमें और भगवान के साथ टाइम पास करना है। गोपीज आर ऑल्सो प्रेइंग टू द मून गॉड, जल्दी से ऊपर आ जाओ ताकि कृष्ण वापस आए और हम उनको देख पाए। एवरीबडी इज इन अ डिफरेंट भाव। Okay, but in this particular Leela, Govardhan Leela, where Lord Krishna is lifted, he has given his personal association for 7 days 7 nights continuously. अच्छा, so Krishna ऐसे उठा रहे हैं। So what happened? What is the preface? What do you call? इसके पहले क्या हुआ था? हाँ, नंद महाराज इंद्र देव की पूजा कर रहे थे। ये गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज पर्वत का एक दृश्य है। लेट अस सिंग द प्रणाम मंत्र ऑफ गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज। ओके, So this is the photo of Giriraj Govardhan. Let us sing together. Namaste Girirajaya. Shri Govardhanaya Namine. Ashesha Klesha Nashaya. Paramananda Daine. Let us repeat 2 more times. Namaste Girirajaya. Govardhanaya Namine. Ashesha Klesha Nashaya. Paramananda Daine. Namaste Girirajaya. Shri Govardhanaya Namine. Ashesha Klesha Nashaya. Paramananda Daine. So, can you please read the translation loudly?
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the King of all hills, Govardhan Hill, the source of enjoyment for the senses and cows. He is a servant of Krishna and is Krishna himself. He puts an end to unlimited sufferings and bestows the supreme bliss.
Thank you. So क्या लिखा है लास्ट लाइन? He puts an end to the unlimited sufferings and bestows supreme bliss. अशेष क्लेश नाशाय. तो गोवर्धन भगवान से क्या हम प्रार्थना कर रहे हैं? नमस्ते गिरिराज, द किंग ऑफ माउंटेन्स. हाँ, गोवर्धन नामिने में नमस्ते करता हूँ. सारे क्लेश का नाश करो मेरे जिंदगी से और क्या दो? सुप्रीम ब्लिस, परम आनंद का हमें वरदान दो. साक्षात आपके सामने गिरिराज गोवर्धन महाराज बैठे उधर. आप प्रार्थना कर सकते हो उनको बैठ के. हर एक के जीवन में कोई ना कोई क्लेश है. हाँ, सो वी कैन प्रे टू द लॉर्ड दैट प्लीज गिव मी सुप्रीम ब्लिस. व्हाट इज सुप्रीम ब्लिस? इज लव फॉर कृष्णा. परमानंद का डेफिनेशन क्या है? परमानंद का डेफिनेशन ये है कि भगवान कृष्ण के प्रति प्रेम प्राप्ति. हाँ, रोटी कपड़ा मकान नहीं है सुप्रीम ब्लिस. वो मिलके भी आनंद नहीं आता. Most recently, a very bad news came, wherein one of the devotee Mataji's, when they were celebrating that Diwali Puja, Diwali thing, so her lenga or something caught fire, and Mataji has 60% burns. Very, very धक्कादायक न्यूज़ है. Yeah. So Mataji is in hospital. I can't reveal the name here. But yeah. So sometimes things go suddenly take a U-turn in one's life, and things can happen. So we have to be very careful, especially when we deal with fire. Diwali is diyas and all, but we have to be very careful, especially when we wear something silky. Very silk can catch very fast, very fast. So let us pray for that, Mataji, one Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And also I want to, also today, they are also very, very not in great health, both Prabhuji and Mataji. So I genuinely want us to pray for their well-being. And even if you don't know the Mataji, Krishna knows. So we are praying to Lord Krishna. Krishna will make that connection. So one Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for that Mataji and for our hosts today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
That is the power of being in devotee association. Suddenly we don't know many people, but we still pray for them. And 100 people here chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in one go. What a powerful thing that we have done. So we are now again on the Govardhan Leela. And Govardhan Leela, so there are some lessons to be learnt, and that we will see some takeaway points from today's class we will understand. So all the, so there was a tradition of doing, what was the tradition? Tradition of doing Indra Puja. Indra Puja क्यों करते थे? Because in Nandava, when people are farmers and gaucharans, okay, they used to do gau seva. So cowherd boys and farming. So cows need grass, and for grass you need rains, okay, and even for farming you need grains. So and Indra is the lord of rain. So he controls the clouds. So Indra Puja अनेक बरसों अनेक सालों से पीढ़ियों से हो रही थी. From many generations it was happening. But when Lord Krishna came, then he wanted to understand why you are doing, and that is why he questioned Nanda Maharaj. Okay, so he questioned Nanda Maharaj that why are you doing, and then Nanda Maharaj tried to explain that this is why we are doing. Indra is providing rains, but then Krishna then explained that was that is Indra's duty to give rain. So if you want electricity in our house, what is our duty? We have to pay the bill on time. Electricity will come. Do we have to go to the energy minister and specially garland him or something? कि thank you for sending the electricity to my house. नहीं, जरूरत नहीं है ना? Krishna was explaining that you just as proper human beings we should do our karma, and Indra will keep on providing the rains. That is his duty. भगवान इंद्र तो करते रहेंगे, उसमें उनकी पूजा करने की क्या जरूरत है, ऐसा वो कर रहे हैं. So that's the lesson one. We should understand what we are doing, why we are doing before we start doing. Because sometimes in our lives we do some things at home कि हमारे घर में ऐसे ही होता है, हमारे घर में परंपरा है, हम ऐसी चीज करते हैं. But then you should read the Shastras, Vedas, कि what is important, what is not important, and then accordingly rectify and do whatever is right according to the Shastra. So that is very, very important. So Nanda Maharaj then explained, and then Krishna then gave various explanations, okay, and he said that it is the laws of karma that decide whether the rains are going to come or not, and then if you do good, then good things will happen. The Indra will automatically give good the rains. That is his duty. That is a demigod's duty. You don't have to specially worship him. And then Krishna also wanted to somewhere indicate about the demigod worship. तो कृष्ण बोले इंद्र की कोई पूजा नहीं, इंद्र की जरूरत नहीं है, पूजा करनी है तो मैं सामने खड़ा हूँ इधर, मैं ही साक्षात भगवान हूँ. सीधा सरेंडर अनटू मी. जैसे श्रीमद् भागवतम 11 कैंटो 11 वर्स 5 चैप्टर 5 and verse 41, and I'll just recite on my own and quickly we can read the translation. Devarshi bhutapta niranam pitranam na kinkaro nayam rini cha rajan sarvatmanaya sharanam sharanyam gato mukundam parihartya kartam. Can you read the translation?
O King, one who has given up all material duties and has taken full shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, who offers shelter to all, is not indebted to the demigods, great sages, ordinary living beings, relatives, friends, mankind, or even one's forefathers who have passed away. Since all such classes of living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, one who is surrendered to the Lord's service has no need to serve such persons separately. Thank you.
So we all have 5 debts as soon as we take birth, and one of the debts is offering homages or offering yajnas to the demigods. We are indebted to demigods, and then there are other living entities too, like the great sages and forefathers and other living beings. But right now we are focusing on the demigod aspect. So it is said here, Gato Mukundam Pariharte Kartam. If we have surrendered to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, then no need to do any individual demigod service. This is what Krishna wanted to establish very clearly. Bhagwan आए तो बोले नहीं ये demigod है, इनकी जरूरत नहीं है, करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay. And then Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita 18.66. So this is one of the key memory verses that we did. So let us recite together. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha. Read the right one of you can read the thing.
Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear.
Bhagavan, what is the Lord saying to Arjuna? Sarva dharman parityaj. Abandon all varieties of religion. Just surrender. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Just surrender unto me. मेरे शरण में आ जाओ अर्जुन. अहम त्वाम सर्व पापेभ्यो. आपके सारे पिछले पाप सब साफ कर दूंगा, सब जीरो हो जाएगा, नील, जीरो बैलेंस. एवरीथिंग, ऑल दैट डेट दैट यू हैव, सब नेगेटिव बैलेंस में सब है, सबको जीरो न्यूट्रल कर दूंगा. डू नॉट फियर, डरना मत. What a nice thing. This is the verse you should take shelter of. Every time you are in doubt, this is the verse, this is the key verse. Lord is telling to Arjun. This is towards the end of Bhagavad Gita. Last में बोलते हैं अर्जुन को, सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य. सब छोड़ो अर्जुन, अभी सब तक बताया और नॉलेज वगैरह सब ठीक है, बट ये लास्ट में इतना करो. That is it. All that is what we need to do. Okay? Very very important that we implement this. And we understand this. फिर बाकी आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. That is what I was saying in the class, in the reading class with the kids, and our Shastra reading class is done every day morning, every Monday to Friday from 6:25 to 7 a.m. This morning we had around 25 plus participants reading. It was such a nice thing. So yeah, we are reading the Ajamil story. So if we surrender to the Lord Krishna, then we don't need to do any other thing. कोई घर में टेंशन नहीं, कोई फेंगशुई करने की जरूरत नहीं है, कोई लाफिंग बुद्धा लटकाने की जरूरत नहीं है किधर है. कोई येलो कलर लगाओ दरवाजे पे, इधर आईना लगाओ, उधर पिरामिड लगाओ, कोई जरूरत नहीं. भगवान ही पिरामिड के पिरामिड है सब. ओके, हाँ, बट it is only applicable to those who have complete surrender. जब तक आप उस लेवल पे नहीं हो, फिर बाकी बहुत कुछ करना पड़ेगा. फिर लाल कपड़े में नारियल बांध के उसको टांगना पड़ेगा, उसको फिर हर फोर्टनाइट चेंज करना पड़ेगा, फिर घूमना पड़ेगा इधर उधर, नींबू और फिर साथ मिर्ची लगा के गाड़ी में लगाना पड़ेगा. हाँ, ऐसा बहुत कुछ करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि टेंशन है, कभी भी कुछ भी हो सकता है. या तो गतो मुकुंदम शरणम, भगवान के शरण में आ जाओ, नहीं तो ये सब फिर टोटके सब करने पड़ेंगे फिर. सो या, I was amongst them once many years ago. I was doing all of this. Every Saturday I had a kinetic Honda in Mumbai, and there at a specific place there used to be these children who used to sell these things, नींबू और साथ मिर्ची and कोयला नीचे. Then they used to have a तार, फिर तार को लेके you put it on your bike, and then when coming back home you have to be careful because Saturday में किसी ने डाला भी होता है रोड पे, तो उसके ऊपर से भी नहीं चलाने हैं. So much tension है. Okay, but once you take to Krishna consciousness, then you don't need to worry about all these things, है ना. अदरवाइज और ऑलवेज केयर कि किसी ने हमारे पे जादू कर दिया है, बहुत डर लगता है ना. और जब कंठी माला पहनेंगे और जादू रिटर्न जाएगा उसके ऊपर, कुछ नहीं होगा आपको. So again, taking a lesson from the Govardhan Puja, so Krishna wanted to establish the fact that demigod worship is not important for people who have taken complete surrender of the Lord. Okay, but demigod worship is important for people who are not doing this, because at least there is some rules and regulations, है ना. So for people who did that recently नवरात्रि व्रत किए, अभी साल भर तो कोई व्रत नहीं करते, तो एटलीस्ट वो तो करो 9 दिन के लिए, है ना. Then it is very important for them from that perspective, because at least some rules and regulations are there in the life. खुली छूट नहीं कि at least for those 9 days be careful, don't eat meat, then don't eat onion garlic, okay, and don't do other illicit activities. Some kind of regulation. So it is a good starting point. So what is demigod worship important for? इनके लिए बहुत important है, जिनके जीवन में कोई रूल रेगुलेशन नहीं है, उनके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरी है. But if you are on an advanced stage, then it is not needed. You just pour water on the root and the entire tree will be fructified. The entire tree will get nourishment. That is what Lord Krishna says. Okay, so that is the theme. So we are not chastising demigods, but we are saying it is important to you depending on which stage in life you are. Bhakti में कहाँ पे हो आप लोग? Okay. So yes, so Krishna also wanted to curb Indra's pride. इंद्र को बहुत ज्यादा घमंड हो गया था, बहुत ज्यादा घमंड. तो सारी पूजा वगैरह एवरीथिंग वाज मेड रेडी टू ऑफर टू इंद्र. The yajna sthal was done and all the nice different kinds of sweets were made ready for offering to Indra. And then Krishna then came up with a solution. He said, Indra को क्यों पूजा करना है? If you want to do puja, then you do puja of Giriraj Govardhan. So then Nanda Maharaj asked, why Giriraj Govardhan? What is so good about him? Why not Indra? And then he said, look, we are cowherd people. Our cows need grass. तो गोवर्धन महाराज जी तो है जो सारे चारा दे रहे हैं. You need fruits, all the trees are there. Govardhan Maharaj is saving you from all the westerly winds. इतने जो winds are coming, so you get shelter from him. Everything Govardhan is provided. There are nice rivers and other things that are also coming from Giriraj Govardhan. So if at all you should worship Govardhan. So then Nanda Maharaj asked, we don't know what is the process of worshipping Govardhan. And he said the process is easy. Whatever preparations you have made for Indra Puja, same is required there. So let's go and do Giriraj Govardhan Puja. And then so Krishna led them, and then all the Brajavasis did Govardhan Puja. So that Tithi was on Wednesday, the past Wednesday that went. Okay, the temple celebrated it on the weekend so that we all could participate. ऐसे, right? You understanding? Yes. For you especially, I am speaking in English. Okay. So, and then to make the Brajavasis feel nice. So who is Govardhan? Is Govardhan Krishna or is a mountain, or what is Govardhan? What is the role of Govardhan? Govardhan is Krishna himself. Okay, that is one right answer. Govardhan is Krishna also, and Govardhan is Krishna's devotee also. He works in both ways. Okay, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come as a devotee and he is also Lord in disguise. Okay, but he is more in the mood of a devotee. But Govardhan is both. He is both Krishna's devotee also and Krishna also. We worship him as Krishna, as Lord, when we have him in the altar. Why is he Krishna's devotee? Because when Krishna wants to do his pastimes, then Govardhan is there. Radharani was not ready to come to Vrindavan. He said, Govardhan hai nahi. Govardhan comes from the spiritual world. Aise. He is a replica of the spiritual world. So Govardhan Maharaj also comes here. Aise. So Krishna is both. Krishna is also Govardhan, and then Govardhan is also a devotee of Krishna. So in this case, what happened when the devotees, when Brajavasis were offering puja to Govardhan, and they got all the sweets and all the nice different bhoga items, then Krishna, what he did, he imitated Govardhan's voice, and he gave a voice to Govardhan, and Govardhan said, Aniyor, thank you so much for getting all this food. And all the Brajavasis were very, very surprised. Oh, mountain baat bhi kar paye. So they were very, very surprised, and that is how they Krishna reciprocated with them. So they offered all foods, and whatever food that was being offered to Govardhan Maharaj consumed. Krishna consumed it, everything, and then he says, more, Aniyor, more and more. And eventually all the food stuff from all the Brajavasis' house was over actually. Itna diya, itna kha rahe, bhej rahe, but khatam hi nahi ho raha. Then somebody offered a tulsi leaf to Govardhan, and he was full. After that, it is said that Govardhan Maharaj returned all the prasad again back. And then Krishna said, now we should do Gau Puja. So cow puja was done. Okay, so Govardhan Puja or Gau Puja, साथ में हुए फिर. So cow puja was done, and all the Brajavasis, then they started distributing that prasad to everybody in Braj, and they did a parikrama around Govardhan. So that was the beginning of Govardhan parikrama. Krishna established the process, the thing of Govardhan parikrama. It is very, very important. How many people have done Govardhan parikrama here? That's all right. Auto also is counted. Very nice. Good. You are very, very lucky. And for all the others, if you pray to Giriraj Govardhan Maharaj that you want to do Govardhan Puja, you want to do Govardhan parikrama, then one day it will be fulfilled. Okay, Giriraj Govardhan Maharaj is here. You can pray to him that I want to do parikrama. 22 kilometers. Walking it will take 6-7 hours, I say. Okay. So many people, when they do Govardhan Parikrama, then they build these stone houses, and then they recite a prayer that Giriraj, give me darshan, give me rest your lotus feet. And so parikrama is very, very important. ISKCON also does a lot of parikramas. In fact, when Srila Prabhupada also disappeared during one of these days in the month of Kartik, and it was Srila Prabhupada's last wish that he wanted to do Govardhan Parikrama. उन्होंने बोला अपने भक्तों से कि take me for Govardhan Parikrama, but his health was very, very fragile. So at that time, his personal servant Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he refused, and he said, no, Prabhupada, it's not right now to, because such a long parikrama, 22 kilometers, taking him in a basket, it's not easy. And at that time, in the 1970s, that parikrama marga was full of thorns. कांटे लगते थे. अभी बहुत साफ सुथरा है, बहुत स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है, बट उस समय कांटे लगते थे बहुत ज़्यादा. So it was not easy. Then Srila Prabhupada requested all the devotees, okay, you do parikrama on my behalf and offer the results of that parikrama to me. So devotees did that and they offered the result. So that is the beauty of spirituality. You can do it for somebody and offer the results of that spiritual activity to somebody, and Krishna will ensure that it is given there. So nice. So devotees did that. Until date, every time there is in this month of Kartik, they take Srila Prabhupada's deity and do a Govardhan Parikrama. हर साल करते हैं ISKCON में. There are so many people here who actually live their entire life at the foothill of Govardhan. One of the photos is here. They do parikrama, but they do Dandavati parikrama. And some people do 108 Dandavat parikrama. एक जगह पे 108 दंडवत डालना है. और वो कैसे गिन रहे? They are the counting using the Giriraj Govardhan stones only they count. Every time they touch the Giriraj Govardhan stone, one Dandavat, again एक stone पीछे रखा. ऐसे 108. 108 किया मतलब दिन भर और कुछ नहीं करना है, फिर आदमी फ्लैट. So then they will take one more step and do it. Wherever they stop, rain, heat, cold, they will not move from there. Can you imagine? Can you imagine this thing? The 10 मिनट इधर बैठ नहीं पा रहे, अभी ऐसा ऐसा हाथ ऐसा पैर हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है. And they are not going to leave that space position. Many people just die doing this parikrama, they never finish. Okay. But Srila Prabhupada said it is not required for us to do if we are doing the process of chanting this and that. But yeah, everybody has a different mood, and then this is the Brajvasi mood. Okay. So we can't imitate that. Very, very difficult for us. But there are people who have dedicated their life just doing Govardhan Parikrama, Dandavati Parikrama here. Okay. So this is what it is. And sometimes we do distribute prasad and we do distribute blankets to all of these people. So we have people who will go around, who will do blankets, who will give water pots and this and that, okay. Some shelter for them. वो एक गाना है, श्री गिरिराज वास में पाऊं, ब्रज बैकुंठ ना जाऊं. ऐसा है कि I don't even want to go to Vaikuntha Lok. I just want to stay at the lotus feet of Giriraj. बहुत सुंदर गाना है वो ऐसे. So anyway, so Indra को मान हो गया. Indra का what happened? Indra become very, very proud, and when pride comes and anger comes as part of it, and Indra became very, very angry कि मेरे लिए जो सामग्री तैयार करी थी, everything is now given to Govardhan, and on the saying of this छोटा सा 6 साल का बच्चे ने कर दिया है. At that time, because of pride, Indra could not understand that he is Lord Krishna himself. So what did Indra do? Indra did the most dangerous thing. He ordered the Samavartaka clouds, जो प्रलय लाने वाले बादल होते हैं ना, उनको ऑर्डर किया कि जाके ब्रजवासी में जाके बरसो. एंड द बादल सेड, हमको हमारा अभी टाइम नहीं आया, अभी प्रलय थोड़ी होता है. बोलते नहीं, आई एम ऑर्डरिंग यू, जस्ट गो एंड डू इट. सो नॉट नॉर्मल रेन्स, प्रलय वाला रेन्स, full devastation. What did Indra want to do? सबसे डेंजरस काम, इंद्र वांटेड टू किल द ब्रजवासीज. यहाँ पे हम जब वैष्णव अपराध बोलते हैं ना, ऐसा भी किसी को बोलना नहीं चाहिए. तो यहाँ पे तो इंद्र मारने पे तुला है वैसे. So Indra did the most abominable thing. He wanted to kill the Brajavasis. And so he started the heavy rains and all the Brajavasis got scared. And when Brajavasis are scared, who they go to? Krishna. So what lesson we learn? In our life when there will be calamities, we have to run to Krishna. If you want to imitate Brajavasis, go to Krishna. नहीं तो there are 33 कोटि देवी देवता, उसमें से किसी को एक को पकड़ो. ऐसे. So that is what we do. As devotees, we take shelter of the Lord. So that's the lesson we learn. So what did Krishna do then? Krishna lifted the Govardhan Hill and gave shelter to everybody. So it is said at that time the rains were there for continuously 7 days, 7 nights. धुआंधार बारिश एकदम. The clouds are so thick that the sun did not shine on Vrindavan during those 7 nights, 7 days. It is given in the Bhagavatam, everything. The story is in detail. But then was there darkness in Vrindavan? No. There was still light. The light, our Acharyas explained that Krishna's feet's toenails, they emit the light. So there was full light. And did any of the Brajavasis get wet? Nobody got wet. Nobody got, because everybody was under Giriraj Govardhan. And when did Giriraj Govardhan get wet? ऊपर से तो बारिश हो रही है ना, तो गोवर्धन महाराज है, ऊपर से बारिश हो रही है. The rain is coming from top. So did Giriraj Govardhan get wet from top? Yes or no? Yes. Our Acharyas explained that Giriraj Govardhan did not get wet. Because Krishna Sudarshan Chakra was on the top. It was emitting fire. वो सारा पानी evaporate कर रहे. तो it was a time when Indra sent his reporters, जासूस को भेजा कि जाओ कितने लोग मरे हैं फाइंड करके आओ. And the जासूस came back and said किसी को कुछ नहीं हुआ है. गांव तो खाली है बट किसी को कुछ नहीं हुआ है. तो बोले क्या बात कर रहा है? Where, what is happening? So Indra took so long to realize that there is some supernatural power here. Somebody is above him. That Samavartaka clouds also could not do anything. And then Indra realized what happened. Okay, this is my Supreme Lord. So now that he has made this mistake, so Indra then said, okay, I have to beg for forgiveness. He called all the clouds back and everything. And then he wanted to beg for forgiveness. Cutting a long story short, Brahmaji told Indra, कि you have done the great sin of trying to kill the Brajavasis who are most dearest to Krishna. How will you face him? एक काम करो, सुरभि गौ माता को लेके जाओ. भगवान गौ माता को देखेंगे, शांत हो जाएंगे. Take the cow, Surabhi cow with you. And so Indra comes to Krishna with Surabhi cow. In the photo you can see Surabhi cow is also there. Surabhi cow is at the front, Indra is at the back. आगे पहले आप जाओ. ऐसे. So and then Govinda Kund. And then Indra does Abhishek with Surabhi cow's milk to the Lord. Abhishek करते भगवान का, क्षमा करो. And there is a nice repentation prayers that Indra does. It is given in Bhagavatam. बहुत सुंदर prayers है. उसी के ऊपर एक क्लास अलग से हो जाएगा. We don't have time for all of that today. So Indra does this Abhishek, milk Abhishek. So it is said that there is Govinda Kunda. Govinda Kunda is there. This is none other than the milk from the Krishna's body. Abhishek kiya to Govind Kund hua. So when you do Govardhan Parikrama, you can see this Govind Kund. You can also go and take a dip there. And then Indra also repented. So he also cried. He cried a lot. From his tears, Indra Kund bhi hai wahan pe. Alright. So see our Vedic Sanatan scriptures. Srimad Bhagavatam has all these stories, and we are so lucky that Govardhan is also there today. आगे जाके कुछ साल में गिरिराज गोवर्धन भी गायब हो जाएंगे, few generations down there, because Govardhan, it is said that Govardhan Maharaj has a every year it is going to reduce till by till. ऐसे. So there is a story of how Govardhan came to Vrindavan, but that story is big, so we will cut it. So anyway, so there is a Indra Kund, there is a Govinda Kund, ऐसे. So when we do this Giriraj Parikrama, then we can nicely see all of these things. ऐसे. So where did that water go? So there is also Chakra Tirtha. There is a place called Chakra Tirtha. That Sudarshan Chakra, after this 7 day 7 night thing, Sudarshan Chakra went and it rested there because it was continuously working for 7 days 7 nights. ऐसा हो रहा था. So but none of the Brajvasis were wet. So such a nice katha, and all 7 days all these people were very, very close to Lord Krishna. It also happened that when Krishna was lifting, so various people were thinking different things under Govardhan. The Gopas were thinking that the Govardhan Parvat has been lifted by them. So there was this Brahman Gopa, I forgot his name. कौन है कृष्णा का एक ब्राह्मण सखा है, मधुमंगल Brahman is telling other Gopal, actually it is because I am a Brahman and मेरे मंत्र शक्ति से ऊपर है वो. You see, otherwise how can Krishna lift it on this little pinky finger? So that Madhumangal is thinking that way. And then once in a while Krishna is looking at everybody, and then the moment he looks at Radharani, इधर डामाडोल हो गया, हिल गए कृष्णा. Because that is a तीर चल गया ऐसे. So you understand what I am saying. So this thing is moving. So Govardhan, what it did, not to cause any pain for Krishna, Govardhan lifted himself 2 mm above. तो अभी कृष्णा का नेल है और बीच में गैप है और गोवर्धन ऊपर ही है ऐसे. So everybody from down is looking at Govardhan. So yeah, the Gopals are saying, देखो कृष्णा उठा नहीं रहे, हम उठा रहे. देखो मेरे मधुमंगल is saying, मेरे मंत्र शक्ति के वजह से ये हो रहा है ऐसे. And then sometimes when the Govardhan, because he moved, so Govardhan suddenly came down. Then Yashoda Ma, she started chastising Govardhan. इतने से बच्चे के ऊपर तुम इतना जोर डाल रहे हो, तुमको श्राप दे दूंगी मैं. So Govardhan is also scared now. तो ऊपर उड़ गया वो. And then Krishna looks at him and says, 2 इंच ऊपर उड़ गया, लोगों को कैसे लगेगा, पता कैसे चलेगा मैं उठा रहा हूँ कि नहीं. Why don't you make connection proper? And then Govardhan says, every time you look at Radharani, तुम हिल रहे हो, तो मेरा भी बैलेंस जा रहा है. So different things are happening. All of this katha is given by our acharyas. बहुत सुंदर कथा है सारे इसमें. So that is the beauty of Govardhan katha. Okay. And that is what Krishna did. So for 7 days, 7 nights, none of the Brajvasis were hungry. None of them were thirsty. किसी को कुछ नहीं लगा. Why? Because the Lord was there present amongst them. And Krishna also did not feel thirsty. Yeah. But after this, then the Chappan Bhog thing started. Because for 7 days, 7 nights, Krishna did not eat food, and Ma Yashoda used to offer food to Krishna 7 times a day. ऐसा. So for 8 days, Krishna did not have food. So 7 times at 56. So she created 56 items and 56 different items, and then she wanted to 7-8 दिन का भरपाई करना चाह रही थी. तो तभी से 56 भोग वाला प्रोसेस चालू हो गया ऐसे. 56 भोग. So that is what we should do. Okay. I was reading the name of that a Kumbhaj Muni. So I don't know. We'll continue the class till the teenagers, till the children class doesn't finish, and then we will do Damodar Ashtakam. Kumbhaj Muni हुआ करते थे. So Shivji and Parvati ji, they always discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. Shivji gives Srimad Bhagavatam class and Parvati ji listens. And Srimad Bhagavatam is all about Krishna. So when Shivji ended a class saying we should serve Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas को हमें खाने पे बुलाना चाहिए घर में, आदर सत्कार करना चाहिए, and we should nicely give them food. So after 2 days, Parvati ji is telling to Shivji that I've invited a Vaishnava according to your instructions. So we have a special guest today. And Shivji asking, okay, that's very nice, very good. Who have you invited? And she says, Kumbhaj Muni. Kumbhaj Muni? But you should have at least asked me. She said, he is a Vaishnava. Why do I need to ask you? आप ही ने तो बोला था क्लास में कि वैष्णव को बुलाना चाहिए. मैंने बुलाया. And Shivji said, okay. Anyway, there is no point discussing now. I am going for meditation. I can't be here. मैं जा रहा हूँ. ऐसे भी वाइफ से ज़्यादा नहीं करता आर्ग्यूमेंट. तो उसने एक बार बताया, फिर नहीं समझा तो बोले मैं जा रहा हूँ, मुझे बुलाना नहीं, कुछ भी हुआ तो. So Kumbhaj Muni comes home and Parvati ji receives him very well, and then she asks him to sit and give a nice plate prasad for prasad. And then so when a guest comes, so Parvati ji has 1,000 cooks with her. तो शी टेल्स शिवजी ना कि 1000 कुक से इधर अनेक आइटम बनाए हैं, उसमें क्या है, आने दो. सो शी कुक्स. नाउ when a big personality comes, then you don't get the servants to serve them, then you personally go. So Parvati personally went with one thing, and this is malai paneer. थोड़ा मलाई पनीर था. she puts it and she says, अच्छा और लगा तो बताना फिर, है ना, कि पहले टेस्ट कीजिए. And the Kumbhaj Muni says, क्या हुआ, why are you not serving me? Sir, I just served you, I'll give you more. So no, पूरा बाल्टी देके जाओ इधर. And then he took the whole thing. Okay, and he said, okay, get a next dish. And by the time Parvati ji went and got the next dish, the first dish was over. So Kumbhaj Muni was a voracious eater. ऐसे बहुत जबरदस्त खाते थे. तो 1000 cook जो थे, 1000 cooks all got tired cooking. Everything got finished in some time. And then Parvati ji is calling Shivji, and Shivji saying, I can't, मेरा सुना नहीं पहले तुमने, मेरे पास solution नहीं है. So Parvati ji eventually she prays to Lord Krishna, and then Lord Krishna comes there. Lord Krishna comes there in a form of a small gopa boy, and he also comes there, and he says, Parvati, Mata Parvati, मुझे भी खाने को दो, give me some food. And Parvati says, my original problem was there is no food. तुम आए हो, तुम भी food मांग रहे हो, तो solution देने आए हो कि क्या करने आए हो? And then Krishna says, no, whatever food you have, you give. And then he says, because he's a small boy, Krishna says, but I don't want a separate plate. मैं इन्हीं के थाली में खाऊंगा. कुंभज मुनि बैठे थे, तो उन्हीं के चौकी में उधर ही मुझको खाना है. And कुंभज मुनि also such a small boy. अच्छा, बच्चा कोई बोलता है कि थाली से खाना, हम थोड़ी मना करेंगे, आ जाओ उसको भी परोसो थोड़ा इधर. तो साइड में कृष्णा ईट्स लिटिल बिट एंड ही सेज, मेरा पेट भर गया, डकार देते थे, और उधर ही थाली में इमीडिएट, पुराने जमाने में लोग हाथ धोते थे थाली में, तो थाली में ही जस्ट वॉशेस हिज हैंड. एंड कुंभज मुनि सेज, अभी इट इज वाटर एवरीवेयर. नाउ व्हेन टू पीपल आर ईटिंग टुगेदर, नाउ इफ वन फिनिशेस, then the other also has to finish, right? It is etiquette when we go to somebody's house, even if we have finished, we sit there, we don't get up because the other person is eating, right? Then together you will get up and you will wash hands, right? That's the etiquette, isn't it? So Kumbhaj Muni then, as a etiquette, he also says, okay, I will stop now. And that is how Krishna saves Parvati. But then Kumbhaj Muni then realizes that, okay, he is the Supreme Lord. बोले, भगवान आपने मुझे खाने भी नहीं दिया ठीक से और पानी भी नहीं मुझे पीने दिया. Then Krishna at that time says, आपको आगे पानी पीने दूंगा. आगे जाके आपको ऐसी स्थिति आएगी कि आपको बहुत पानी पीना पड़ेगा. You will get ample of water to drink continuously for 8 days. And this समावर्त का बादल जो बारिश पानी गिरा वो कहाँ गया? कहीं तो जाना चाहिए ना. This Kumbhaj Muni drank. This Kumbhaj Muni drank all the water. Okay? Kumbhaj Muni की Jai. So there are so many pastimes of Giriraj Govardhan. You should all pray to Lord Krishna, Giriraj Govardhan, Srimati Radharani, so that you can enter into Vrindavan. And if you go to Vrindavan, then you can not only do Vrindavan Parikrama, but you can also do Giriraj Govardhan Parikrama. I know of some people who do 3 parikramas in one day. Giriraj Govardhan 3 parikrama. One parikrama takes for them, because they walk fast, 4.5 hours. So first parikrama they start around 3 o'clock in the morning. By 7:30 they will come back. After parikrama, wake up the deities in the house. ऐसा नहीं कि परिक्रमा है तो अभी आके फ्लैट हो गए बेड पे सो रहे 2 घंटे, ऐसा नहीं. घर में काम भी है, भगवान को उठाना है, भगवान को भोग लगाना है, सब करना है. सब करके थोड़ा सा प्रसाद लिया, एनर्जी है. फिर सेकंड परिक्रमा 10 o'clock ऑनवर्ड्स, 10 to 2:30. फिर थोड़ा बीच में गैप. देन अगेन लास्ट परिक्रमा इन द इवनिंग, जब भी सूरज ढलने के बाद फिर एक शाम को परिक्रमा, जब भी कम हीट हो. So there are so many people who have devoted their lives for the Lord. Actually, if you see, हमें क्या चाहिए जीने के लिए? Do we need a huge house? We basically need little bit of food to keep energy for our body. Some clothes to cover up the body. That is it. And some shelter. कोई एक रहने की. बाकी full time you can devote to the Lord. That is what those people are doing. 3 परिक्रमास इन अ डे. इधर जिंदगी बीत गई, एक भी कितने लोगों ने हाथ ही नहीं उठाया, एक परिक्रमा भी नहीं हुई हमारे से ये जिंदगी में, है ना. कब होगा फिर? हमें प्रार्थना करनी चाहिए भगवान से कि हमें भी परिक्रमा का सौभाग्य मिले. हमें भी, नहीं तो हम ये जीवन मृत्यु के चक्कर में फंसे रहेंगे. ऐसे जाल है, माया जाल है, फंसे रहेंगे. कभी क्या होगा पता नहीं चलेगा, है ना. पिछले कर्म कभी फूलेंगे, कभी होगा. गौरव प्रभु, आई एम रेडी. एज सुन एज द क्लास फिनिशेस वी कैन स्टार्ट द थिंग. वर्ड कि हमें भी ये माया जन संसार से निकालो. ये फंस गए हम भगवान, ऐसे फंसे हैं, बड़े बड़े घर लिए हैं और EMI के चक्कर में कहीं जा ही नहीं पाते. कार्तिक मंथ है, सबको पता है यहाँ पे कार्तिक मंथ में जाना चाहिए वृंदावन, जाना चाहिए गोवर्धन, जाना चाहिए मायापुर और जाके परिक्रमा करनी चाहिए. पैसे है, सब कुछ है, बट बंधे हुए हाथ बॉस ने बांध के रखा है. साल में सिर्फ 20 छुट्टियां गिन गिन के जीते हैं. क्या जीवन है, है? कैसे जीवन में फंसा के रखा है. क्यों चाहिए? रोटी कपड़ा मकान के चक्कर में फंसे हुए हैं. That is why Lord Krishna gives this kind of दामोदर मंथ, जिसमें हम भगवान की भक्ति करके जल्दी से पुराने कर्म काटे और आगे वाला जीवन अच्छे से करें. राइट. So what is the thing that we discussed, Reet and Rahil, this morning in our class? That if we chant the holy names of the Lord properly, then what will happen? 3 things will happen. Our past sinful reactions will be wiped out, correct? Then because of the continuous process of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, our heart will be purified. So pride, anger, greed, lust, envy, all of this will go. And because our heart is purified, what will happen? We will be in a mode of goodness, we will do bhakti nicely, because of which our future will be bright. So when we take up to the process of Krishna consciousness, past sins wiped out, current life becomes best and future is super bright. Correct? All right. So that is the, so let's recap. What are the lessons that we learned from the Govardhan Puja? किसको किसको याद है? कोई भी point बताएं. What is the point that you, what is your takeaway point from today's class? Anything that has touched your heart, anything that you feel you should contemplate on. क्या है, क्या सीखे? Surrender to the Lord. Surrender to Lord. Yes, the Brajvasis have surrendered to the Lord, and hence the Lord saved them from all calamities. Or yes, do not fear. Yes, no matter what happens in our life, if we are surrendered to the Lord, तो क्या डरना क्या फिर? बिंदास रहो. Whatever happens, the Lord has given a concocted dose. That is the devotee's understanding. कि मेरा पैर कटने वाला था, but उंगली कट के काम निपट गया. है? Yes. Next point. Teenagers can also feel something if you have learned something, you can tell.
Understand what you're doing.
Huh?
Understand what you're doing before.
Yeah. Understand properly before you why you are doing that thing. Okay, yes. So the Brajvasis were just following the Indra Puja as a parampara ritual without understanding the proper significance of it. So Krishna then stopped it. Yes. और क्या? Krishna will, थोड़ा जोर से बोलना माता जी. Krishna will save the devotees. हाँ, if you take shelter of the Lord, then Krishna will definitely take care of you. 100%. Yes. And then, so we also learned that if you pour water on the root, then the entire tree gets nourished. We don't have to worship different parts of the, pour water on different parts of the tree. Hai na? So demigod worship is not really required if we are surrendered to the Lord. Having said that, demigods are very, very pious and very, very elevated personalities. We are just looking at one story of Indra where Indra has been shown in a prideful form. But Indra काफी advanced है, तभी तो भगवान के खास पार्षद है ना. हाँ? So the Lord loves him. That is why He has put him at such a position. So we are not here today to criticize Indra. That is just one story of Indra. But Indra has done so many other good things also. All right. But yes, in this particular Giriraj Govardhan Katha, we are looking at the pride of Indra. All right. And we are learning from it that we should be away from pride. Pride will give us a downfall. और क्या सीखे आज? What have we learned? Krishna is very merciful. Yes, Krishna is very merciful. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam satyam bhajami. So, to the degree of surrender that you do for Krishna, Krishna will equally or more, he will reciprocate more than that. But to the degree that you want him to be involved in your life, ऐसे. Or
The way you worship doesn't matter.
the way you worship Krishna doesn't matter as long as you are yes, actually Krishna consciousness is a never ending process. It's a 24-hour process. Sometimes people ask ना कि 16 माला ही क्यों? नहीं, 16 माला नहीं, सततम कीर्तयन्तो माम, हमेशा करते रहना चाहिए, हमेशा माना. So as devotees we have a bond. हम जब भी लीज साइन करते तो हमें बॉन्ड देना पड़ता है ना. तो एज डिवोटीज हमने एक बॉन्ड दिया है. वी आर गोइंग टू चैंट 16 राउंड्स एवरी डे, मिनिमम 16 राउंड्स एवरी डे. एज डिवोटीज हमने बॉन्ड साइन करके दिया है. जब भी हम दीक्षा लेते तो हम बॉन्ड साइन करके देते. तो देयर इज अ बॉन्ड एंड देन देयर इज अ बाउंड्री. व्हाट इज द बाउंड्री? द बाउंड्री इज द 4 रेगुलेटिव प्रिंसिपल्स. व्हाट आर द 4 रेगुलेटिव प्रिंसिपल्स? फर्स्ट वाला, no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication. No भी बोलो भाई. No intoxication.
रास्ते में रह गया.
हाँ?
रास्ते में रह गया.
No intoxication, मजा आ रहा है. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication or no illicit relationships. Yes. So that is the boundary of a devotee. Devotee ये दायरे में रहेगा. कहीं किसी ने ऐसे बाहर बुलाया, आ जाओ चलो चलते मजा करने वाले, नहीं, ये बाउंड्री हमारी, ये बाउंड्री है, हमारा बॉन्ड है. 16 माला तो चैंट करेंगे डेली. कार्तिक में ज़्यादा करते हैं लोग, 32, 64 बहुत करते हैं क्योंकि कमाई का टाइम है. बट मिनिमम 16 एंड देन वी हैव अ बाउंड्री. एज डिवोटीज वी स्टे विद इन द बाउंड्रीज. इफ वी फॉलो दिस 2 थिंग्स, कृष्णा विल डेफिनेटली रेसिप्रोकेट. 100%. You have to try. If you don't invite Krishna in your life, then Krishna is not going to जबरदस्ती do it, ना. तो फिर आप ऐसे ही जीवन मृत्यु के चक्कर में फंसे रहेंगे हम लोग. पुनरपि जननम पुनरपि मरणम पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयनम. फिर एक नई जननी मिलेगी, फिर एक नई माँ के गर्भ में जाना पड़ेगा, ऐसे. So we should take advantage of devotee association and we should take advantage. अभी कितना कार्तिक का? आज today is the 18th day of Kartik, right? We still have 12 more days, and the last 5 days are Bhishma Panchak. If you have still not taken it seriously, you have still 12 more days in your hand which are good enough to wipe off millions of sins from the past. ये अभी भी भक्ति कर सकते हैं. All you have to do is get up early during Mangala Muhurat, take bath early, try and chant your rounds early, especially in the month of Kartik, and then do lots of bhajan seva. Saturday, Sunday, weekend है. Be selfish. Dedicate this entire weekend to yourself. बहुत किया सबके लिए, अभी अपने लिए करो. बच्चे तो हमेशा चू करते ही रहेंगे, थोड़ा अपने लिए टाइम निकालो. हाँ, अपने लिए टाइम निकालो ना. कब निकालेंगे? So we just be selfish and do it for your own self. Come for Mangala Aarti to the temple. See how devotees are there. Come to the temple, do some seva in the temple, try to serve prasad to devotees in the temple, do some jhadu seva in the temple. बहुत कुछ है करने जैसा, है ना? But where there is a will, there is a way. And in devotees' life begins early. सबसे पहले जल्दी उठना है.